It's story time again. Welcome back. Let's get right into it. And remember, timestamps in the description box. Story number 1. Opie writes, My girlfriend's birthday is on Saturday and I plan on proposing to her. Our anniversary is 6 months from Saturday, April 29th, and I think that would be a great day for a wedding. When my grandma died, she left all kinds of jewelry to my mom. She always said if I wanted one of her rings to give to a woman in the future, she would let me pick. I know my mom knows she said this. I asked my mom for one of the rings, but my mom said, quote, not yet, unquote. She and my dad said my sister will be upset if I get engaged while she is still single and not married. It's not a secret that she's desperate to get married, but that's not my problem. My sister turned 29 in March and I turned 31 last month. My parents said she'll be upset if I get married a month after her 30th birthday. So I went out today and bought a ring. It was never about money because I can afford to buy one. I thought it would be special to give my girlfriend a family ring. I'm still proposing on Saturday, despite my parents forbidding me to. I'm just pissed off that they've asked me to hold off until my sister is married, when she isn't even in a relationship. Pisses me off, but I don't want anything to spoil my girlfriend's birthday. Let's get 2 comments and then we get OP's update. Info. Do you think or feel your sister will be offended, or is this just your parents being absurd? I hope your parents understand that you can't put your life on hold for your sister's comfort. LOL. OP replies, she'll probably be upset, but honestly, that's not my concern. Someone else says, for her 30th birthday, your parents can gift her therapy. I turned 30 back in August, never married. You know what happened? Nothing. The world doesn't end when you're still single at a certain age. Okay, we're about to get to OP's update. Somebody asked and OP said that he is Canadian and Scottish. Now OP, I have to agree. It's absurd for your parents to think you have to hold off on your life until your sister finds love and becomes engaged and gets married. That makes no sense at all. You're a 31-year-old man, perfectly capable of making your own decisions. Don't put your life on hold. You love this woman. Go ahead, be happy, and your sister will just have to deal with it. Okay, here's OP's update. I proposed on Saturday like I originally planned to. I proposed with a ring I bought after my parents denied me one of my grandmother's rings. As I said in my original post, it wasn't about money. I could afford to buy a ring. It was about being sentimental because my grandmother always told me I could have one of her rings. I didn't do anything elaborate or public. I proposed over breakfast and she said yes. She called it the best birthday gift she's ever gotten. She had the same idea as me and suggested we get married on April 29th, our 3rd anniversary, before I even brought it up. So that's what we are doing. We both agreed we don't want anything huge or expensive, so we're going to keep it small. It's 1:15 p.m. now, about 28 hours since I proposed. When we announced the news, my sister was upset. Just like I knew she would be. And my parents were mad I didn't listen to them. I'm 31 and don't rely on my parents for money. I told my parents and sister if they are unhappy they can skip the wedding. It would suck if I didn't have any family there, but I also don't want them to spoil this. I wasn't going to tell my fiancé what went down, but I did once my sister started melting down, so she wouldn't be blindsided by any of it. She assured me she loves the ring and thinks my family is wrong. Her family had the exact opposite reaction as mine, and they are all happy for us. So that's it. All is well. My fiancé is currently at work, and it may sound stupid, but I miss her. She told me her co-workers are happy for her, and I know mine will be too when I go in later today. Edit. I also appreciate all the supportive comments in my last post, so thanks for those. Someone makes the following comment: an invitation to the wedding should only follow apologies and groveling. Congratulations on the engagement. OP, I echo that. Congratulations to you and your fiancé. On we go to story number 2. OP writes, I, 33 female, have been with my boyfriend, 35 male, for over 10 years now. We have 2 kids together, twins aged 8. I have an older sister, 38, Nina, who is getting married to Dan, 37 male. She has a 16-year-old and a 5-year-old from her previous relationship. She has known Dan for about 2 years. Her wedding is in 2 weeks' time. I was meant to be a maid of honor and had my final dress fitting and everything about a week ago. Nina is very particular about how she wants her wedding to go, so the dresses took 2 to 3 months to be made. The maid of honor dress and the bridesmaid dresses are slightly different, where the maid of honor dress looks more upgraded compared to the bridesmaid and is closer in style to the bride dress. Because I'm her only sister, Nina said she couldn't imagine anyone else wearing the maid of honor dress. Last week, I found out that neither my boyfriend nor my twins are invited to the wedding, as my sister cancelled their invitations. The wedding is not child-free, since her kids and our nephews and nieces are going to be there. When I asked her what is wrong, she said she doesn't feel comfortable having my boyfriend at my wedding because we are still not married, and since the twins were born outside of marriage, they can't come either. I was furious and have reminded her that she herself has 2 kids that were born, quote, outside of marriage, unquote. This is her first marriage, and she is currently pregnant with another one. Nina said she, quote, understood her sins and is working to redeem them, unquote, but her word is final. So, me alongside with a few other bridesmaids have pulled out from the wedding and told her we will not be coming since Nina decided to uninvite our boyfriends and kids. I have also said I will not be giving back my maid of honor dress either, since I have fully paid for it and for all the fittings. My sister called me an a-hole and is asking our parents to do something, since she can't have another maid of honor and the dress will take too long to be made, and everything is already fully paid. Am I the a-hole? OP, you are not the a-hole, but your sister definitely is. I think she knew all along, and she waited until the last minute to share this news with you and the other bridesmaids. And apart from that, hypocrite much? Yeah, I think very much. Let's get some comments with replies from OP. Oof, not the a-hole. So they were invited and you made plans, then she uninvited them? Does this apply to all guests? That's your dress. You paid for it, it's yours. OP replies, they were invited and she uninvited them at the last minute, yes. Some bridesmaids and their boyfriends and kids received the letter saying they are no longer invited, alongside with some guests. Someone else wants to know, what's the likelihood that she's being told by her fiancé that this is how it needs to be? Like, is this guy a religious nut and controlling and trying to separate your sister from her friends and family? Not the a-hole. OP replies, they did meet at the church. However, our parents believe I shouldn't have pulled out from the wedding because family. Someone else sums it up very well, not the a-hole. It's giving big, quote, rules for thee but not for me, unquote energy. OP, I think don't go. You don't want to go. You said you're not going to go. I think you should stick to that because this is very hypocritical of your sister. On to story number 3. OP writes, my husband's sister was supposed to be married in September. I chose an item from the registry, but the exact item she had added had a weird detail. She had explicitly mentioned previously needing option A, but on the registry she accidentally listed option B. So I asked her to make sure I got what she needed. So she knew exactly what I was planning to gift. Sadly, they have now broken up. The gift hadn't shipped yet anyway, so I cancelled it. This past week, she reached out to me about it, since she knew I was purchasing it and we live far away. She was concerned that it had been delivered, but someone had stolen it. When I explained that I had cancelled it, she was pretty upset. My mother-in-law has now reached out to us about it and feels that I was unkind to cancel the order. She feels that since my sister-in-law is clearly going through a difficult time and the holidays are approaching, it would have been more appropriate to let the gift reach her anyway. Obviously, these are unfortunate circumstances. But this was a substantial gift. $700 and pretty well above the threshold of what I'd normally spend for a typical holiday gift. Before it comes up, I'll mention short and sweet that my husband is in the military and currently deployed. So that's why he isn't a big piece in this puzzle and I'm soloing this awkward adventure. Wow, OP, $700? That's a lot of money. I went to the grocery store yesterday and I just got a bag of items. And well, the cost of living is really just going up and up. So $700, big deal. And to give that to somebody for a wedding in this case that never even took place, that's very unreasonable of your sister-in-law and of your mother-in-law. I thought everybody knew that if a wedding doesn't take place, then there's no gifts or the gifts are returned. Unless, of course, somebody very specifically decides and says, it's okay, you can keep it. So, OP, you are not in the wrong here. And as for your sister-in-law, I understand that she's disappointed. However, one day she's going to look back on this time in her life and she's going to realize the real gift is that she didn't marry the wrong person. Well, that's it for now. Thank you for being with me, for listening to my stories. If you did enjoy it, give it a thumbs up, consider subscribing, please leave a comment, and I'll see you again soon. Take very good care of yourself. Bye.